Skateboarding has become a very popular pastime in Derbyshire for young people, and with the news that Alfreton Skatepark is going to close, the borough decided to replace it. However, they've asked the town council to foot some of the £65,000 bill. So what did the council think of this? Scott Walker from Alfreton Town Council's Planning Committee said he felt it was a real asset to the town.
So the skateboard in its existing state has been in place for 10 or 15 years, been well used. In fact, it's been so well used it come to the end of its existing life. So the minute that it had to be removed, the need to get a replacement in there quickly to keep the young people busy and occupied and into the good things of the town was a very obvious need. It's a lot of money, there's no doubt about that from a town council perspective. So it's about 7% of our budget. The borough council's got to find 5 or 6 times more than our contribution. I know they're looking for some help from outside bodies. So yeah, the funding's a clearly a downside to it.
Sharon Sutton from Amber Valley Borough Council, who's in charge of this scheme, sat and explained through the plans to me and told me why she felt this was such a great thing for local young people.
For Alfreton, we are really proud to say that the one that was there before, which came to the end of its life, the kids didn't wreck it. Little bit of graffiti, nothing major, but they really respected the area. So they respected the skate park, they respected the multi-user games area, they respected the buildings and the play area that's there. So this is kind of a reward really that we're going to replace it for them. If it had been a different story, where it had been vandalised all the time and disrespected, obviously we'd have to think in a different way. But it's a definite asset for Alfreton, definite positive to keep kids active.
Well, Amber Valley Borough Council say the last skate park was very well used and the new one will cost £65,000, but it's well worth replacing, and that's a view shared by both the Borough Council and Alfreton Town Council. But what do local skaters think? Scott's out skating with his friend Sean. They both say that they use the park quite frequently, as well as the one at Alfreton before it was taken down. So how do they feel about the potential replacement?
The importance for us is more towards, how we accomplish what we do. Skateboarding for us is a feel-good thing, so that's more or less why we do it. It's fun. When you're at a local park, like the park that's just been took down at Alfreton, on like a Sunday, we held like a Sunday service. So, we'd all after dinner turn up at the ramp and sesh basically, and then build the hype. It's important. We travel quite far for skate parks. We'll drive like 2 or 3 hours, whereas if we have one local, it's on our doorstep. It's at a level that we'd like it to be at, so we can achieve our goal.
Sean agrees and feels that the facility is important for the local skating community to bond.
I think it's good that they're putting something in Alfreton. It's quite a big town. There was a good ramp there before when it first got put in. There is places nearby that you can go, but I think there's a lot of skaters in this local area that I think that sort of park could be a good influence on them to kind of as a meeting place for people to go learn new things, like watch each other ride, things like that.
When they eventually had a break, I spoke to Scott, and overall he was very impressed with the plans, but had a few suggestions for the borough to consider.
I'm quite impressed. I really hope it was made out of concrete, as you can see on a day like today when it's skateable, but nature's made its way and we're having to clean the ramp off before we can skate it, which drawing wise it's not really happening very fast, so yeah.
Wet surfaces aside, what did Sharon think were the potential downsides?
I can't think of any, not really. As I say, it's been positively used, so it can only be a good thing. It keeps kids active, it's a social area for them to meet, have some fun, better than sitting in front of the TV on the PlayStation any day.
Funding remains an issue, but it's clear to see that everybody is on board with the new project.